Bill Cosby has a new documentary called We Need to Talk About Bill Cosby.
Right.
Have you watched it?
I have.
I have too. They actually used some of my footage in that
I
film.
saw.
You actually show up in the background,
yeah, I saw.
which they did not clear, by the way. Our lawyers will reach out and work that out.
See?
It was a very interesting documentary. Michael Jai White was on my show the other day. And we talked about that. I'm like, well, you know, some of these stories with these women, with these 30, 40-year-old incidents, the way they were described seemed somewhat one-sided. The interaction seemed like there were certain things that were purposely left out and so forth. And he goes, well, he said, and this is someone I know very well, who I consider a good friend. He said there are 3 women that he personally knows that have approached him way before the Cosby thing came out, way before Hannibal Buress blew it all out the water and everything. He said there's 3 women that he personally knows that have talked to him that were sexually assaulted by Bill Cosby and never said anything.
Think about how many women haven't even come forward. You know, like, again, I told you I knew people. You know,
so you know people that have never come forward who told you in private these stories.
Dude, yeah.
How many women?
3.
3?
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you're telling me that, then I believe it. Apart from him and probably other close friends. They never came forward. They never filed a lawsuit. They never did this. So he's been known about this for years.
So have I. I mean, well, my ideas on what he was and are well documented.
So you know women that have been assaulted by Bill Cosby that never came forward.
I will say this. The reason I didn't appear in the documentary, because everything I've had to say about him, I've said. And I will say
so they approached you about it?
I said this.
I feel like they went through the Vlad TV catalog and hit up all the people that said anything about Bill Cosby and
think that
made a documentary out of it.
I think that everything I've had to say, I've said. And I think that in the end, the onus is on a society that looked the other way that long. And now they have forfeited the right to pretend to be offended. People look and yet they were right. Like they wanted to believe a thing. And I think that, you know, when people talk about how it was like this and you could give someone, Bill Cosby got all the pussy he wanted. It was the drugging thing. I don't, you know.
Yeah, you don't give adultery, I don't think is that big of a deal because it's really just between him and his wife.
Your lady.
Doesn't affect anyone else.
But and this is what you have the right as a woman to have a drink with somebody, to have a nice situation with somebody, to tell if you're interested, without having your mood altered to take the choice away from you.
Right.
Look, baby, this is what I am, who I am, it's what I want to do. You with it or not?
Yeah.
When you we ain't here if you give them that choice, and you still get just as much ass.
Yeah.
You still get just as much ass.
You are still Bill Cosby. You're still worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You're still the guy on TV that everybody loves. You still have a fantastic catalog.
Right.
There are plenty of women that says, well, I don't know your wife, so it is what it is.
I do not understand, and the onus is on a society that looked the other way because of what it wanted to see. You know who looked the other way? It's like a child that puts the blanket over his head because he don't want to see the boogeyman. If the boogeyman was real, that fucking blanket ain't gonna stop it from an axe, but that's the kind of irrational things we do. Yep. I also do think that what they did to Bill Cosby was a miscarriage of justice. You can't tell us everything.
Yeah.
And you can't be charged. And if you are charged, we won't use the thing you said I said about you against you. So I can say this. I can hold these 2 ideas in my head. Bill Cosby is a rapist, and he shouldn't have been in jail when he was.